game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the New York Giants. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Set, ready? 70, Indy.
55. Come on, baby. Come on, let's go.
Snap.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Off play action. Rhodes. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
So a tough early challenge here, second and long after the sack.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
They give to Johnson going right. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
60 outlaw.
You better bring it. You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it.
Hey, Delta.
55.
To throw on third down. Rhodes. A man over the middle, and it's complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 33. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going. He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's second and 13. Second and 13. And his throw here's incomplete. Corey Davis, the intended receiver. And now it's third down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
That's another Giants first down. First
Set,
and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Hey, come on now, come on now.
They go back to the ground with Johnson. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. Back to throw. Rhodes. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. Tyler Lockett with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Giants take it right down and score on the opening drive. Parkey adds the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He's got a man complete. And all the way down to the 29. A huge play there for Denver. And even 40 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Denver has the first down. The play going for 15 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Check 53. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run. Hey, watch it. Watch it. 56.
On first down, here's Breida. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Matt Breida with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
On the set.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop. Watch twist. Watch twist. Watch twist. Twist. Twist.
Snap.
Here's Johnson. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Tie that left. Tie that left. Everyone's got 4. 4 down.
Let's go.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rhodes. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. And the Giants send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. This is taken at about the 14. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it.
There he goes, left side. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Matt Breida with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the 2nd most in a single year. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Santos with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Talking about.
Taken down back at the 15-yard line.
Ready to roll for the 2nd quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football as they've got it with a 2nd down coming up. Ready to roll for the 2nd quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football as they've got it with a 2nd down coming up. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Go, go.
Mike 5-5. Mike 55. Mike 5-5. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Mike 55.
Looking to throw. Rhodes firing quickly here, and that's complete. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Here we go.
Operating from the gun. Rhodes. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. The first down carry here for Johnson. It's a giant first down on a gain of 16.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person is on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. And that's what's happening to the defense right now because the offense is on his toes and punching, and there was another first down run right there.
Back to throw. Rhodes. This complete to Lockett. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
First down and goal to go.
On first down, Rhodes. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. From 10 yards out, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Well, with that touchdown pass, I'm going to bring up a point from earlier in the year. Some of the fans were saying, when do we turn to the rookie? Well, he's looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, I love the fact that the fans are bringing that up because I'm not the head coach. Okay, so he's got to deal with it. But I think it's a legitimate question. With the way their season is going, I think now is the time to turn the page and let him get some starts before this season is over.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13. On second down, a run with Breida. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. They'll get 4 on second down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go. From the gun, it's Allen. Open man is Westbrook, complete. Solid gain of 18 yards and a Denver first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 43. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
From the 40 now on second down. Allen, he'll find Taylor. That's complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
A gain of 7 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Here we go. Where's the mic? Watch one. Watch one. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
Hey, we got Mike, number 52.
first down. Thomas has got it. Complete. A good pickup there. 26 yards.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. They'll come out in the pistol. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They'll try to run with Breida, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Matt Breida with touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On first down, it's Green. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Chris Jones on the stop. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
From the gun, Rhodes eluding the pressure right. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down.
Check 13. Check 13. Middle. Under cross.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Half 85. Alert.
Check three.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
25, check 25, check 25.
Out of the shotgun, Breida. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Come on out here. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it.
Allen from the gun on third down. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
Their own 22-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this? He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot, but what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55.
On second down and 4. Allen going to throw deep for the end. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. D.D. Westbrook, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Let's go.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Throwing on first down, Rhodes. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
50 seconds to Mike. 50 seconds to Mike. Ready? Hey, check. Go.
To throw again. Rhodes going up top. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Incomplete on the default. Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Johnson on the counter. And an alley to run. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 46. Now Allen. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Pull it together.
Shoot! Half 85! Half 85!
Here's Breida. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first.
You get block me. You get block.
And here's Allen. From the gun, he'll throw. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Let's go ahead and try and get into the body and the mind of the linebackers. Yeah, I know they're bigger and stronger than I ever was, but in this situation, they understood what was going on as much as the offensive guys, because the offensive guys are always taught, find the first down sticks and make the play. On defense, what do you want to do? Guard the first down line. Make sure they don't get there and tackle them in front. They were able to drop in their zone coverage, figure out where the first down line was, and end up making the play, swatting it away so they couldn't get the completion.
After the made field goal, Santos back out there to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on third. On third down, a run from Breida. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And this will do the job nicely, as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Set, ready? 60 or.
Johnson. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
2nd and 9 now. Complete. It's Johnson. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. It's caught. Lockett. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career.
At the 43-yard line.
Down. 70. Indy. Topper.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
Looking to throw. Rhodes. And a quick throw here, that's complete. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. Well, this is how you shape the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. 2nd down and inches. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Reggie Ragland. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Ready?
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey, orbit.
50 seconds. Mike, 50
Get
seconds.
it.
Operating from the gun, Rhodes. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now it's Breida. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They run again with Breida. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Going to try and throw on 3rd down. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That goes as a gain of 36 on 3rd down.
Mike, ready?
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
This is Breida. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
So Mike's number 1.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Allen shakes off the sack. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Leonard Floyd showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4.
Like the footwork back there, I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. Allen now Operating from the gun. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Matt Breida becoming just the second player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. And the Broncos push further out in front. Santos with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
Giants 14.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. Second down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
They run with Breida. About 3 yards there to the 27.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
The Broncos on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 6.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
They go counter with Breida. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
After the made field goal, Santos back out there to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here. 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down.
Check three, check three, check three.
Under 10, under 10, 10.
Check safety, check safety.
Recon, 132 fighter. Now go.
On fourth down, Rose. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
Let's go, D. Switch gears, switch gears.
On the handoff, this is Breida. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up second and 11 at the 33-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away.
Slam, slam, slam.
They'll toss it to Breida. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
53 is the mic.
To the air, Allen. And Thomas has it. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
A loss of a yard. Brings up second and 11 at the 15-yard line.
319.
Watch it, divide. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
Look out.
And they take a knee.
Allen on the field. It's a loss of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
So first and second down went the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.